Okay, so we've got the numeracy intermediate tier unit 1 non-calculator for November 2017 solutions. If we look at question 1, okay, so we've got here Pont y Wraig, it says, Dragon's Bridge, opened in Rhyl Harbour in autumn 2013. The harbour development cost £9.8 million, right? And then 4.3 million of this money was spent on Pont y Wraig. So it says then, part A, how much was spent on the rest of the harbour development? Well, 4.3 million was spent on this Pont y Wraig, this Dragon's Bridge, and then whatever's left over was spent on the rest of the harbour development. So what I did here is I've taken away to see 9.8 million. If I take away 4.3 million, I'm left with this, 5.5 million, of course, because 8 take away 3 is 5. And then 9 take away 4 is 5, so 5.5 million. If you think of million, there's 6 zeros in a million, yeah? 6 zeros in a million. But we're actually here between 5 and 6 million, aren't we? Because 5.5 million is like 5.5 million, isn't it? So it's between 5 million and 6 million. So you'll notice this one here in the centre, all right? That says 5 million. Now we haven't got 6 zeros there, okay? We've actually got 5 zeros. But that last one there is obviously a 5 to represent 500, so 500,000. And if you think about it then, that's exactly between 5 million and 6 million. Okay, 5,500,000. Exactly between 5 and 6 million. So we'll circle that one. Part B, it says, a newspaper at the time said that Pont y Wraig provides the final link in 15 miles of traffic-free cycling across Conning and Denbighshire. Write 15 miles in kilometres. Well, here, this is about remembering a conversion fact, okay, with units here, metric and imperial units. And the one we need to remember is 5 miles equals to 8 kilometres. This is just something you need to know for the exam, okay? You need to memorise that. 5 miles is 8 kilometres. And what's good, when you know that, when you remember this, okay, we can often scale up, okay, quite easily to what we want. So we know this as a fact, right? That's something we're going to remember. But they're saying write 15 miles in kilometres. Well, if we know what 5 miles is, we could scale it up, can't we? We can work out what 15 miles is. Think about what you need to do to 5 to get to 15. Of course, you're making it 3 times bigger. You're actually multiplying, aren't you? 5 by 3 to get 15. Making it 3 times bigger means, of course, then we need to make the kilometres 3 times bigger. Okay, so if we make that 3 times bigger, well, 8 times 3 is 24. Okay, so all I've done is scaled it up. This is what I've remembered. This is what you need to remember for the exam. 5 miles is 8 kilometres, but because I want 15, I've made it 3 times bigger. Okay, times by 3. But of course you need to times the kilometres by 3 as well to make that distance 3 times bigger in terms of kilometres. And there's our answer, 24 kilometres. Part C then, it says the height of the mast on a bridge is 148 feet. Okay, using the conversion 1 foot equals 30 centimetres, calculate the height of the mast in metres. Now, this conversion they've given us here, right? 1 foot is 30 centimetres. But we've actually got 148 feet, okay? So we've got 148 of these. Yeah? This is only 1 foot, isn't it? We've got 148 of them. If we got 148 of them, it's 148 lots of these, then we've got 148 lots of these, haven't we? So what we need to do is, to change this first of all into centimetres, is do 148 times 30. Okay, that's what I would do. I wouldn't worry about meters yet. Just ignore that for a minute. Let's just change it into centimeters. Okay, that would make sense. Because once we've got centimeters, that will follow, right? We'll do meters easily enough. But if you think about it, 148 feet, okay, it's going to be 148 times 30, yeah? Because 1 foot is 30, and we've got 148 of them. So we're going to times it by 30. Now, how do we do this? Well, there's lots of ways, and lots of ways of timesing 148 by 30, okay? Perhaps one way which you'd be confident with is to use the box method, okay? So with the box method there, we will partition, right? Or break up, if you like, these numbers. So 148 we can write as 140 and 8. So what I'm doing is, right, I say partition into hundreds, tens and units. So 148 is 100, 40 and 8. And do the same then for 30. Okay, well 30 is just 30, isn't it? So that's all it is. Okay, so there's no units there, it's just 3 tens, right? So 30, so we don't need to break that up. So now what we'll do is we'll multiply this out, right? So we will do here 100 times 30. Well, when you times in with zeros in the end, it's really easy, because what you do, of course, is do 3 times 1, which is 3, and you've got 3 zeros to add on, so 3,000, yeah? 100 times 30, of course, is 3,000. When you get to this box here, 40 times 30, 40 times 30, well, 3 times 4 is 12, and of course, you've got 2 zeros to add on, 1,200. And then here you've got 8 times 30, 8 times 30. Well, 3 times 8 is 24, and of course add that 0 on, 240. What we need then, of course, is to add all them up. So 3,000, 1,200, 240, add them up, and we'll get the total distance then in terms of centimetres, and it's easy enough to change into metres. So add these up, 0, 4, 4, and that's 4. So remember now, that's in centimetres. But if you remember another conversion fact with length, 100 centimetres is in a metre. So we just need to see how many hundreds are in here. So how many 100 centimetres are in there, we just divide by 100. And when you divide by 100, if you think about it, the digits move 2 places to the right. Okay, so decimal point is here at the minute. So if it moves 2 digits to the right, the 4 will move the other side of the decimal point. Or you can think of the decimal point moving 2 places, okay? Because we're dividing by 100, so you get 44.4 meters as our final answer.